Good evening, everyone. LoneWulfRick here, and it is Saturday night before the Super Bowl Sunday. Saturday, February 6th. It's approximately 7 p.m. and we're looking down the Las Vegas Strip at the traffic that's here in town. I'm standing at the corner of Tropicana Boulevard and the Las Vegas Strip. On one of the pedestrian overpasses. Taking a look right now at New York, New York. There's the MGM across the street from it. The Excalibur Hotel. And then back the other way is Mandalay Bay. And kind of hidden behind the Excalibur sign is the Luxor. And then the Tropicana Hotel and Casino. So I thought what I would do tonight is, while I'm shooting a video, it's like for the next few minutes here, maybe do a little bit of talking about the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl props. Over the last week I've had a lot of people that's like asking me what exactly is a Super Bowl prop. I think most people probably know it's like you can bet on the Super Bowl. Currently Kansas City is a 3.5 point favorite. So basically what that means is Kansas City, if you bet on them, Kansas City has to win by 4 points or more for you to win the money. It's like on Kansas City. Tampa Bay is plus 3.5. So what that means is you would have to bet, if you bet Tampa Bay, they can lose by no more than 3. If they lose by no more than 3, then you would win that bet. Now if Tampa Bay wins, obviously you would win the bet anyway. But in their case, it's like you're getting 3.5 points. So say the final score ended up 27-24 Kansas City, then Tampa Bay would be the winning side of that bet because you got 3.5 points. On another scenario, if say Kansas City wins 34-24, then Kansas City wins by more than the 3.5 points, and Kansas City would be the winning side on that bet. Currently the total is 56. So what that means is both teams have to score 56 points. If the game goes over the 56 and you bet the over, you win that bet. If the game goes under 56, then the under is the winning of that bet. And that's both teams' combined scores. And that's kind of it in a nutshell. It's like anything I'm betting the side or the total, it's like on the game. Now prop bets is a little bit different. Prop bets are you can bet the coin toss. You can bet if it's going to land on heads or tails. You can bet on, it's like, will Kansas City win the coin toss or will Tampa Bay win the coin toss? So you can bet on if a safety would be scored in the game. You can bet yes, you can bet no. You can bet on what the longest field goal might be in the game. You can bet, will the first score be a touchdown, or will it be a field goal, or another type of score, meaning safety. You can like, will Kansas City score first, or will Tampa Bay score first? Will the score for whatever team scores first, will it be a touchdown, or will it be by some other like form of score? I got my little cheat sheet here. You can bet, will the game go into overtime? You can bet, will there be a successful 2-point conversion? You can bet if the player that makes the coin toss, it's like, will he be correct or wrong? It's like you can bet on what team it's like will commit the first penalty. You can bet the total number of quarterback sacks in a game. And that total is actually 3.5. So you can bet if it's over 3.5 by both teams, it's like you would win the money on that. If it's under 3.5, you would win the money that way. Now, each one of these props have different lines. It's attached to them, or basically it's like if you bet, say, Kansas City minus 3.5, you're betting $11 to win a profit of $10, and that ticket would pay you back $21 for every $10 you bet. However, a lot of these prop bets, it's like the lines are special lines, and so they're a lot different than what you're looking to do that way. So if, say, that you wanted to bet the total quarterback sacks in a game, and you think the defenses are going to come through and there'll be more than 3.5 sacks in a game, you would have to lay $16 to win a $10 profit. If you believe it's like that the sacks will be under 3.5 games, you would bet $10 to win a profit of $14. So that kind of gives you an idea as to what how those lines works on the props. Teams to call the first time out, will it be Kansas City or would it be Buffalo, or Tampa Bay? Buffalo. What team would commit the first turnover in the game? Could be an interception, could be a fumble. So in that case, it's like they Tampa Bay, the sportsbooks think Tampa Bay would score or commit the first turnover, and that would be like a minus $1.25. So you bet $12.50 to win $10. Longest touchdown in a game, it could be by anything. It could be a kickoff return, could be a pass, could be a run. The over-under is 45.5 yards. So if you believe it's like that the longest touchdown in the game will be over 45.5 yards, you can make that bet. If it's under 45.5, and both of those are minus 110 right now. So that means you just like this side, you'd bet $11 to win a profit of $10. You can bet it's like which half will have the most points scored. This one I kind of like a little bit, to be honest with you. I have, if you look over the past, say 10 years of the Super Bowl, more points are normally scored in the second half than there are in the first half. So that's a bet that I kind of like, and I may actually put some money on it. The second half is the favorite. You have to bet $15 to make a profit of $10. So that ticket would pay you back $25 if you bet $15 bet. If you think the first half will have more points, it's plus 130. So you only have to bet $10 to win back $23. There's also a prop. It's the second thing. Will there be a roughing the passer penalty? You can bet yes or no. Will the last play of the game be a kneel down? You know, or will it be an actual play that could be a Hail Mary or whatever the case is? The kneel down is the favorite in that minus 175. So you'd have to bet $17.50 to win a $10 profit on that. Then you can bet like per quarter. You can bet will either team make a field goal, say in the second half, the second quarter, third quarter, first quarter, fourth quarter. which team will have more rushing yards in the game. But Tampa Bay is the favorite in that. They're projected, since the Tampa Bay's run defense is very good. Tampa Bay is kind of favored in that to have more rushing yards to Kansas City in the game. You can bet on the shortest field goal made in a game. The over-under is 27.5. If you think it's like a field goal, it's like the shortest one will be under 27.5, you can bet that. Or if you think it will be over 27.5, you can bet that. And then you can bet the total number of field goals kicked in the game. The total on that is 3.5. Now this would be both teams. So if you think it's like there'll be a total of 4 field goals kicked in the game, you can bet that over. If you think it'll be less than 4, it's like bet it under. The team with the most penalty yards in the game, Kansas City or Tampa Bay. That could be an interesting stat. It's like, especially if Tampa Bay gets called for a long pass interference call, you would think it's like it might be Kansas City may have more penalties, only because it's like they're more apt to more passing plays. Perhaps it would be maybe a couple more offensive holding calls or whatever, especially with their offensive line being beat up the way that it is. So you take a look at that. Which teams will have more first downs in the game? You can bet, actually, it's like on teams, it's like total touchdowns in the game by Kansas City. That total over under is 3.5. Total touchdowns in the game, it's like by Tampa Bay, and it's the same thing, 3.5. If you think that Tampa Bay's rushing yards, it's like they've set that total at 90.5. So you can bet over 90.5 or under 90.5, and that's minus 110 both ways. So there's a lot of things that you can bet in the Super Bowl to keep your interest. It's like you can bet, there's a lot of things per quarter, there's a lot of things per half, there's a lot of things. It's like, you know, if your favorite team is one team or the other team, you can bet those. It's like and keep your interest in the game a little bit more, perhaps. Here's another prop. It's like, what will Patrick Mahomes' first throw be? Or which one will Patrick Mahomes throw first? I'm sorry. Will it be a touchdown pass or an interception? You can make that bet. The touchdown pass is a big favorite in that game. So if that's something, and you can do that with Tom Brady also. Well, which one will he throw first, a touchdown pass or an interception? Now, if say a quarterback does neither, then it's just a push and you get your money back. Tom Brady total completions in the game, over under is 26.5, and actually the under is the favorite by a little bit in that game. It says how many different Buccaneers will have a reception in the game. Does not include a 2-point conversion. Will there be over 7.5 different players for the big catches, or under 7.5? Total number of completions by Patrick Mahomes in the game, over 27.5, under 27.5. Total yards in the game thrown by Patrick Mahomes, 327.5. So you can bet, if you think he's going to have a fantastic day, you can bet over 327.5. If you think Tampa Bay's defense can shut him down a little bit, you want to bet the under. The longest completion in the game by Tom Brady, over under is 38.5. Longest completion in the game by Patrick Mahomes is 39.5. Total touchdown passes in the game by Patrick Mahomes, over under is 2.5. So if you think he's going to throw 3 touchdown passes in the game, you want to bet it over. If you think it's going to be under 3, then you would bet it under. Let's see here. What else is here? First rushing attempt in the game by LaShawn McCoy for Tampa Bay would be over under 2.5 yards. First rushing attempt in the game by Leonard Fournette of Tampa Bay would be over under 3.5 yards. Will Darrell Williams of Kansas City score a touchdown in the game? Yes or no? Total rushing attempts in the game by Leonard Fournette of Tampa Bay, over or under 11.5. You see, there's a lot of things here, and I'm just skimming through this. There's a lot more here, and you can actually Google it and see all of the prop bets it's like that you could make in the game. But if you have a favorite player, it's like you could definitely bet on some of them. There's actually some defensive stats also. You know, the defensive players or whatever. Here's some stuff. It's like a thing. The first reception of the game by Chris Goodwin of Tampa Bay will be over 9.5 or under 9.5. Mecole Hardman of Kansas City, will his first reception be over 8.5 or under 8.5 yards? There's some stuff here with like Mike Evans and Sammy Watkins and Rob Gronkowski and Travis Kelce. So there's a lot of things. Tyreek Hill. So if you have a favorite player, it's like you could bet. It's like a lot of those prop bets also. Let's see what else is going on here. You could bet who will throw a touchdown pass first, Mahomes or Brady. Who will throw more touchdown passes in a game, Mahomes or Brady. Who would have more completions in the game, Mahomes or Brady. So a little heads up action if you want to do that. Who will have the most receiving yards in the game, Tyreek Hill or Mike Evans. Who will have more receiving yards in the game, Travis Kelce or Chris Godwin, I'm sorry. Who will have the more passing attempts in the game, Mahomes or Brady. Total field goals made in the game by Ryan Suckup of Tampa Bay, over or under 1.5. Total punts in the game. If you think Tampa Bay's projected, it's like the total's 3.5. So if you think Tampa Bay's going to punt more than 3 times, you'd want to bet that over, or less than 3 times, you'd bet it under. And will Rob Gronkowski score a touchdown in the game, yes or no? The no is the favorite on the game. So if you don't think he would score a touchdown, you'd have to bet $25 to win a $10 profit. Will Carlton Davis III of Tampa Bay have an interception in the game, yes or no? Then you could bet actual numbers. If you think you have a lock on what a number would be. When will the first coach's challenge occur? First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, or fourth quarter? Or no coach's challenges in the game. You could actually bet the exact numbers if you think Patrick Mahomes, no touchdowns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 touchdowns. The favorite in that is for Mahomes is actually 3 touchdown passes. And if you bet $10, you'd win back $28. But you have to hit it right on the number. He has to throw it exactly 3. And same thing with like Tom Brady. It's like how many touchdown passes will he throw in a game? Anywhere from 0 to 6. And the favorite for him is 3 touchdown passes also. You can bet total points in the game. And like if you think the total will be like somewhere between 43 to 49, that would pay you back. It's like 9 to 2. If you think there's going to be a lot of points in the games, it's 71 to 77. That would pay you back 8 to 1. So a $10 bet would pay you back an $80 profit. Yeah, so anyway, this is just a few of the props that's like we're going through, and hopefully that answers some of the questions that I got this past week as to what actually are prop bets in the NFL. As you can tell, I'm standing outside. I'm actually standing, it's like just outside of the Excalibur Hotel and Casino right here. As you can see, the camera's pointed at the MGM Grand, and there's the Excalibur right there. So, and right over here is the Statue of Liberty from New York, New York. But I hope that answers some questions about the prop bets, it's like for the NFL. And tomorrow's big game, I think kickoff is about 3:25 p.m. Pacific time. So I hope everybody enjoys the game. I hope whichever team you like, it's like that team, it's like wins for you. It's like me, it's like I don't, neither team, it's like aren't my favorites. So I just hope it'll be a good game. Like I said, I may bet that prop. It's like the second half more points than the first half. Haven't decided yet. I do think it's going to be a higher scoring game, even though the public is betting the under. That game opened at 57 and a half, and it's down to like 55 and a half in a lot of places here in Las Vegas right now. So people are betting the under. I guess they feel that maybe Tampa Bay will run the ball more to eat more clock up, or the Tampa Bay defense will be able to shut down. It's like Mahomes a little bit. So I would think it's if you like the under in that game, if you like the under 55 and a half, it's like you'd have to like Tampa Bay plus the 3.5 points also. So anyway, that kind of takes care of that. It's like I hope it answers some of the questions on the props. It's like a thing, like I said, you could probably Google and see what all the rest of the props are, because there's literally hundreds of them. And this is LoneWulfRick. Thank you very much. It's like I appreciate you joining me tonight. And I'm going to do another little walk down the strip here in another video and just kind of videotape. It's like what's going on down here on the strip on this Saturday evening. Everybody take care, okay? Stay healthy, and we will see you in the next video, okay? Enjoy the game. Bye-bye.